Hey everybody, happy Saturday. This is just a quick update video. Haven't done anything in a week, but as far as where we're at on the Mustang, I did make a couple little these patch panels with the windshield wiper motor, and I had to make a panel for the where the engine harness came through the firewall there. Can't have a hole that big that goes to the interior of the car for racing purposes. So I just wanted to ace and got some aluminum sheet, made a little template and took care of those. So I think it looks a little better. I did get the clutch switch all done, and I went ahead and I got this quick release steering wheel put on last night. I'll be honest with you, this Kyostar adapter, hub adapter, is junk. Don't even waste your time. And this is VMS Racing. They do have some pretty, people like their budget wheels, but this quick release I had to take apart and modify it and everything to get it to work. Still doesn't work great, but it's usable. But everybody says, yeah, they said this thing fits, but it doesn't. Yeah, even, you know, I took a sandpaper and kind of opened up the hole and everything, and it still doesn't sit all the way down on there. So the horn button doesn't even attach. Luckily it's a race car and I don't need all that, but you can make it work, but it doesn't work right out of the box. And even this I had to take apart. It was very stiff to work, so I had to grind a few things down on there. So I really wouldn't recommend either of these, Kyostar or VMS Racing, for any type of quick release. The hub adapter or the quick release. You're just going to have to spend the money on the Momo hub and a better quality quick release if you want something that's going to work right out of the box. But nonetheless, it does work. I'm not real happy with it, but I'll upgrade to the better quality stuff in the future. But that's just a heads up for you guys. I mean, you can see those contacts don't even make, that's as far as down as it will go on the steering shaft there. So the contacts don't even make contact for the horn to work. So don't bother with it. And I would skip on this. I would skip on that quick release also. It's not real good. It's just China junk. So as far as that goes, that much is done. We did step up. We got the Melling Performance version oil pump instead of the standard, so that will be going in. I did swing by the machine shop yesterday. Had to get new wrist pins. These are pretty scored. I think we had when we wallowed out we were detonating and wallowed out the connecting rod bushings on the top. Then I think we had some oiling issues up here, and that caused some scoring on the wrist pins. So I ordered a new set of Manley wrist pins. They're a little bit lighter than these, so I had to take them in for him to take them to the machine shop for the balancing, you know, so he could get the bob weight correct. And when I was there, he had my stuff up there on the balance, because I weighed the wrist pins first so he could make up the bob weight card. But he wanted to fit the wrist pin to the new rods, so he wanted to make sure the clearance was correct. So I had to take the wrist pins down there to him, and then by the end of the day yesterday, he said everything is ready to go. So I'm going to pick everything up on Monday. I could have picked everything up yesterday, but he's got a customer that wants to buy these old rods. So I just told him I'll pick everything up on Monday and bring the rods at the same time. He can deduct it off my bill and go from there. So that is the update there. I did paint these Ford the racing valve covers. This is called New Ford Gray. It's the color of the 86. That's what color your engine block would have been in 86. So the valve covers will match the engine block now. So we got that done. I did a full lockout on my DuraSpark distributor right here, guys. So this is completely locked out now, no vacuum advance. There's a couple things you do have to do on this, as you can see here. So on the bottom plate down here, where your mechanical advance is, you do need to remove the weights and the springs, and then the plate will come up, and you can lock it in on the pins. So the bottom part's locked, and then for the vacuum advance, I'll show you what I did here. I'm trying to do this one hand, guys. Sorry. One second. Let's get the cap off. So on the top for the vacuum advance, the top plate here moves for the vacuum advance, and then the lower plate is your mechanical advance. So you need both of those locked. So on the vacuum advance, I cut the arm off of the vacuum advance, drilled a hole in it, and then I phased it to line up. Mark your number 1 pole on the cap, mark it here, line up your rotor, and then you make sure your stator and your pickup are lined up, as you can see there, and that's where you mark the spot and drill the plate, and then I just dropped a screw through there. So that's completely locked now and phased in line with your number 1 pole on the cap. So that's all good to go. So we'll see how that works out. You know, got just odds and ends. Got the new we got a new pilot bearing for the new crank. You know, got our break-in oil and filter ready to go. We'll reuse our Cometic gaskets. Those are fine. Cleaned up all the pistons. You know, got the hardware all cleaned up for the bolts. So I will have to do some more cleaning this weekend. So I'll have to move the TV out of the way and get to the wash bin here. But excuse me. All in all, we're about ready. I am going to take the transmission completely out, because we will have to, when we get to the point of putting on the QuickTime bell housing, that will have to be indexed to the pilot bearing, so the clutch goes on correctly. So that will be easier. It'll just be easier to put the whole thing in together as one unit. So I'll drop that out underneath, go from there. Did loom up some more wires and everything, so I'm trying to clean everything up the best I can. And I think we are about set. Got the quick release done last night. I am going to I'm going to put some water in the exhaust ports and make sure they're not leaking, because those are hard to vacuum test with the thermactor port that joins all 4 exhaust ports together. It's kind of hard to get a good seal on the vacuum ports, so, or excuse me, the exhaust ports. So that's the update for today. I wanted to kind of do a video before the roosters are up. That'd be a nice little change of pace with no roosters in the background. And hope everybody has a great Father's Day weekend. Okay, thank you.